morning, my virtual children. If you are new here, welcome to my YouTube channel and my family. I am your local Adnor, Mama May, um, and I basically give advice and tips on all things human, even though I am only half human. Today's video seems to be on the topic of harassment, bullying, haters, and abuse, which I don't get why you would want me to do this video considering who I am, but okay then. So I decided that we would start off with this wonderful book here on the definitions of bullying, harassment, haters, and abuse. So these are the 4 words we're going to start off with. I did not set up anything beforehand time just because that's just who I am, and you can't expect me to plan out every single thing. If you're expecting me to do that, what kind of demon are you? I'm just saying. Okay. Where are we? Bully. There's bull fights. Here we are. Bully. Bully. A person who hurts or browbeats those who are weaker. To behave as a bully toward. So basically, it's somebody who basically hurts people, whether it's with their words or with their actions. That is a bully. Now the next word we're going to go after is harassment. Harassment. This video is going to be long, I'm just telling you right now. So if you want to stay, you can, or you can leave. Harass. Okay, harass. To worry or torment. To trouble by repeated raids or attack. So basically, it's to continue doing something to somebody. So a bully will harass somebody to the point of breaking, basically. To the point of mental and sometimes physical abuse. Okay, next word. Hater or hate. This one's going to be a little bit easier to find because it's in the same area. Okay, so hate. Okay. Oh, there's even hater here. Okay, here we go. Hater. One who makes, sells, or cleans hats. Oh, that's hatter. Sorry. Wrong thing. Hater. Okay. To have a strong dislike or ill for. To wish to avoid. To feel hatred. A strong feeling of dislike or ill will. Hatred. A person or thing hated. So basically, a hater is somebody who just doesn't like what you do and says mean things to you. Okay, last one, abuse. And we'll look up abusement too. Or abusive, sorry, not abusement. Abusive. Okay, let's go to abuse. Abuse, here we go. To use wrongly, to mistreat, by inflicted physical or sexual harm, or to insult, vile, wrong use, mistreatment, by infliction of physical or sexual harm, a corrupt practice, insulting language. So basically, a hater / bully uses harassment and abuse to make somebody feel less inferior, make them feel more inferior, to make somebody more inferior. Bad is not okay. It's okay to be a hater. It's okay to not like something. But to use your words and constantly hammer on somebody, that becomes abuse and harassment, which makes you a bully and a harasser. And in a lot of countries around, especially in my world, a lot of countries do not allow that. It's actually against the law to be a bully or harasser, or just like to do any kind of that kind of stuff. Where I come from and where I live, I take care of children that have nowhere else to go. I'm the last chance for them to live. Hear me out. Hear me out. I am the last chance for them to live. After me, they're basically on death row. And a lot of my kids have been bullied and harassed and hurt to the point where they're just a shell of themselves. Some of them have turned to really horrible acts and have hurt themselves already. I'm basically the last chance of their survival. Some of them are actually bullies and harassers themselves. And I have to be the one to get to the root of that. Because nobody else will. After all, once you are labeled an adnor, you're basically labeled less than anybody else. Yeah, sure, having adnors as pets where I'm from and here in the United States is illegal now. And we have more freedoms than we ever had. But it's still really bad. I'm supposed to give tips on how to avoid that. On how to avoid being bullied and avoid dealing with that kind of stuff. So, there's not a lot of tips I can give, but I can give you tips on how to be yourself and try to have courage. So let's get into it. When you see somebody being bullied, harassed, or hurt physically or mentally, and you see the act in progress, don't leave that person being bullied alone. I know what you're going to say. I know what you're thinking. But Mama May, if we go into that, we will get hurt too. I hear you. I hear you. If you have a friend with you, have them go get help. And you get it. And I know this is a horrible thing to do and you could get hurt. So be careful. But stand between that bully and the person being bullied. Stand between them. I know it might be the worst idea ever, but sometimes that's the best way to stop something from happening. If you have a phone, dial 911. Like, seriously. It doesn't matter if that person was physically abusing the person or using the words to abuse that person. Call 911 right then and there. Pick up your phone. If you think that person that is abusing the innocent, if you think they have a weapon, you might not want to get in between the two. But you can do steps to get them away from each other. Figure it out. You are more capable of figuring things out than what you know usually. Like I said, I'm not the best person to give advice. But this is what I know from having to have so many kids come into my home. And so many broken people around me. If you think that one of your friends are getting harassed or people are talking bad about them, talk to a grown up, somebody you trust. Bring it up with them. Most times than not, they'll listen to you, especially if it's somebody you trust. I kind of wish growing up that I had more people I could trust growing up, because when I was going through all those different homes and and being thrown around and still treated like an animal, even though what the laws say, I wish there was somebody that was there for me. Be that person for your friends. Now, if you're the one being bullied, there's a couple ways to go about it. If it's physical and you're physically getting hurt, you need to get away from that person. They're not just bullying you, they're manipulating you, and you need to get away from them. You need to find a way out, no matter what. Okay? You need to be safe. There's hotlines you can call around the world. It doesn't matter what country you're in. There's a hotline to call to get help. Okay? Here in the US, there is something called the safe zone or safe spot. You can find it at schools. You can find it at counseling centers. There's sometimes a public safe spot. And it's a sign. It's basically a sign like with a house sometimes. And sometimes it can be different for different people. But it basically says safe zone. And you can go there. And you can get a ride to a shelter, or you can get food, and you get safety, and you can talk to people that can help you get to where you're going. Okay? Get to that safe zone if you have to. A bully is not just a child, okay? Hurting another child. A bully can be an adult that's hurting a child, or adult that's hurting an adult. And it goes from bullying to abuse when you're an adult. It's called abuse or harassment. It's not just a bully anymore. That kind of behavior isn't right, and it will not be tolerated by me or anybody else. You can find help. You can get help. It is not right to feel inferior to somebody. You have no right to be afraid. Like you shouldn't be afraid of where you're living or going to school. Like, that's the last place you should be afraid of. You should have a safe place to go. And you should be able to talk safely to people. With that said, this is my final words to you. Stay safe. Help others if you think they need it. And always be yourselves. I love you guys so much. And I care about you so much. This has been another video by Mama May.